Chapo. All I want is El Chapo. We need dollars and pesos. All I want is El Chapo.
Greetings, friends. It's Chapo. We're back again Thursday, April 28th, 2022. And look, we had a good run on Twitter while it lasted, but unfortunately, I will now be using this opportunity and this show to announce that I am leaving the social media platform Twitter now that the person who owns it is not doesn't reflect the values that I hold dear. And if a company like Twitter isn't in the hands of socially progressive voices and leaders, then I don't want to be a part of it. And now that the bad guy's in control of it, no more posts, no more movie posts from your boy Will, because Elon Musk, sir, what you stand for and the values you represent are not what Twitter stands for, and not what I've grown to love about this social media platform. Fellas, what do you think? Are you decamping for greener pastures, or more humanitarian social media outlets?
Twitter used to be known for things of the day like Bean Dad. Now it's owned by a man who's known for being bad. Used to be that you avoided being the main character. Now, the character who owns it would be otherwise known as a villain in works of fiction. But this is real life. I think that it's interesting that a lot of us found our chosen families who we filled up Friendsgiving and Friends Easter and Friends Christmas with on Twitter. And now we're going to be in a family burial plot because we will be executed by the villain, Elon Musk. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. And, it used to be that Twitter was owned by literal kings and princes, which was beautiful. It was perfect for a fairy tale such as Twitter, a real life fairy tale. But now it's owned by the man who owns Princess Skeleton. I don't know if that's true. Sad day. And if anyone would like to come to my house to end their life with pills that I've sourced with me, you are welcome.
It used to be Twitter was partially owned by BlackRock. And now that Elon Musk owns it, it makes me want to smoke rocks because he's crazy.
Ooh, okay.
He's crazy.
Okay,
he's a bad guy.
Okay. It used to be that Twitter was owned by BlackRock. Now it's owned by a guy whose family owned black guys.
Yeah. So it's a new era. It's a new era. I mean, I'm already being shadow banned. I've already lost probably 10,000 followers. I expect to lose more in the coming days. But you can't fire me. I quit Twitter. Because look, in our discussions about this, we talked about what we all know is coming. What we all know is coming for independent voices like us. They're going to systematically remove all of the things that we enjoy using Twitter for. That's right. Elon Musk is banning everyone from posting food gore that can be shared in group DMs.
There's no more food gore. You can't share like a sort of bright pink chicken breast made by a submental cretin who lives under a staircase. You can't post like a certain barbershop that has one thing that makes it a little different than other barbershops in the world.
We know it's coming. I've already seen speculation about this, but on the new quote unquote free speech Twitter, you will not be free to wish happy birthday to actors. That's going away. That's being taken away from us. And what Felix, you said you can no longer ask Garlic Corgi to juice this on a post.
No, that's done. That's done because they think that's manipulation and bot activity, and it's not. It's real people doing that. You can't something that's really, it's not close to my heart. It's just like a friend of mine who does this, but you can't be in a DM and make increasingly catty remarks about people's appearances, specifically their gum to tooth ratio. And for my friend, not me, that's very upsetting.
It's just we're going to lose a lot of the brightest, most independent voices thanks to this new coup by Mr. Musk and the forces of free speech. No, thank you. I'd like free people. How about that? I'd like free
Yeah.
minds.
It's a sad time. I was like his thing that he was saying, Elon Musk, where he's like, we're not going to do like any censorship that goes beyond the law, which I guess means that they'll like verify accounts that post like simulated illegal porn and shit. like I mean, like I'm very much into free expression, but like stuff that is allowed by the law is such a wide berth that it's like if he really followed through with it, like no one would advertise on
Well,
Twitter.
also, every country has the same statutes about
Yeah.
expression, so that makes it easier. Because, of course, it's only in one country. Like, doesn't need to be international, and there are wildly different legal requirements in different countries that impact like the universal standard they have to hold. So that's not a problem. They don't have to worry about that.
What do you think about like the projection that he's gonna back out? Just because it's like would be so hard for him to follow through on like what Elon Musk the brand wants and what you would actually have to do to make money out of Twitter.
Well, he can't make money off it is the thing. Like the only way this works is if he's basically using it as a way to liquefy some of that Tesla position into real money without spooking all of the idiot investors who are keeping it suspended in the air where it is, so that in a couple of years he can take Twitter public again and then make all the money off of the IPO.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that like this thing can make him money, because it doesn't make money consistently. The amount of money he's going to have to borrow to pay for it is going to be, the service on it is going to be more than Twitter has ever made in a year.
Yeah, I'm like now 70-30, 70% think it's still going to happen, 30% think it won't, just because like there are just so many moving parts. Because he's basically like all his wealth, he has like $200 billion that are tied up in a version of Bitcoin where if he sells 1% of it, the rest of it plummets. And the thing backing it is like it's maybe the most overvalued stock I have ever seen in my entire life. So yeah, like this is what you would need to do to get it out, but it seems like it could be more trouble than it's worth for him. I mean, either way, I think the biggest change that would happen to Twitter if he owns it is just that like the moderation doesn't really change. None of that really changes because it like can't change that much, or else like it becomes an even bigger boondoggle for him. But just the culture change, like the feeling, like enough triggered libs leave Twitter because he owns it, that it like makes Twitter seem different, and then like conservatives are like, oh look, he fixed it, like it's good now.
I really doubt that many people will leave Twitter. I mean,
Not for long. Apparently some are now, but everybody will be back. Where else are you
Yeah.
going to go? You can go to fucking Mastodon. Like, look at all the conservatives who've been going. There's how many billions of dollars has been pumped into Twitter alternatives on the right that nobody uses. Or if they use them, and then they go on Twitter to try to get people to like go and click on their fucking Gab account or something, and nobody does.
Yeah.
Here's a way Elon Musk could monetize Twitter. Like have sort of like subscription like tiers, where if you can like actually like subscribe to Twitter and you be the highest tier, you can be like Elon Musk and use it to do stock crimes. You can use it to wildly inflate and pump and dump stocks that you have a position on. So
And coins, don't forget.
Yeah, and apes. Let's not forget apes. But I worry about our meme overlord, because Felix, like you said, if one of his bitcoins goes away, then like the whole thing crumbles, and then like this is just me speculating here, but I think a lot of his backers or alleged backers who are sort of how shall I put this? Mexican gentlemen involved in a family business, a family-owned and operated concern. Look, it's going to be a tough margin call. It's going to be rough for Mr. Musk, and I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. It would be funny if like the certain family business involved in logistics and the pharmaceutical business, if he sells like a huge amount of Tesla to continue servicing debt and operate Twitter, and they're like, well, I guess we need to launder our money through this, and they just start making those 200K viral tweets that are like, porches hit different in the autumn. Like they have to launder their money through vibrator and fucking Galaxy Light ads. The cartel Sicario's new job is to waterboard 21-year-olds to come up with viral tweets. Middle seat hits different.
Yeah.
Duffel bags didn't have to go as hard as they did.
It's like the at Sinaloa account is just like a photo of like a plate with a fork and knife. Anyone remember these?
Yeah. That would be a tough way to launder family.
A family.
But no, we're not saying cartel. We're not saying Tesla is a front to launder money for the cartel. We are explicitly not saying that. This is a different business.
Oh, and also, just in addition to that, we have no information about Deutsche Bank. If anyone, we don't know anything about it, and if we did, we have no intention of telling anyone, the investigators or journalists, about it.
Yeah, I think like if anyone were to write a story on Deutsche Bank, it should be A, about how it's just like any other bank, and B, how there should be more ATMs for it. And that's really the only problem with it.
I don't even know what Deutsche Bank is. I mean, what's a bank? I'd like to get
know.
that on the record right now. Don't know what it is. Never heard of it. Never heard of the concept. So that's the new Twitter, Mr. Musk. And I don't know. It's just like I just want it to be done with one way or the other, because I'm just so sick of hearing like either people praising Elon Musk or people who are like afraid of him. Because
It's very
like
tedious. The funniest part for me though is the people who, as soon as it was announced that the purchase had been accepted, said, "My God, all my metrics are reversing. I've been oppressed by Twitter for years, and now, I'm going viral again, and I'm oh my God, I feel like there's new air." Literally nothing has changed. It's going to take months for this to even be authorized, if it goes through at all. Nothing has changed, which really proves that Havana syndrome is the key metaphor to understand everything in contemporary America. Like, everyone is a miserable fucking wreck. They are unable to articulate exactly what is wrong in their lives, and they're locked into these structures like fucking Twitter that they have addicted to, and that provide them with nothing but misery, but a comfortable, reliable misery that they become completely dependent on, and have created a fantasy world where there's some evil malefactor making their experience bad, and it's all literally in their head. Like, there's no one is soft blocking, shadow banning you. You're not being suppressed. It's just you're not getting what you want out of the experience of being online every day, which of course you can't, because it sucks. It's a miserable experience for everybody. You can't be happy doing that.